In other news, Kasim Hafeez grew up in a fundamentalist Muslim household in England. He was taught to despise Israel and hate the Jewish people. Earlier I spoke with Hafeez, and he told me that his life began to change when he read Alan Dershowitz's book, The Case for Israel. Hafeez now speaks out on behalf of Israel through the Stand With Us organization.
Well, it was the first step of me seeing Israel from, well, in a positive light. Up until that point, there was always a negative connotation, and there was nothing good ever said about Israel. So it was the first time, firstly, I'm seeing Israel in a positive light, and secondly, a lot of the myths I believed to be true were pretty much debunked.
How did the Muslim community and your friends react to this change?
I think it's been very difficult for some. There's been a mixture of suspicion. Some quite aggressively, are against what I say and dislike me. Some have been quite receptive and been willing to listen, as they've known me for many years, so are willing to listen to why this change of heart, almost.
Well, you call yourself a Muslim Zionist, but you also say some in the Jewish community have also expressed a little skepticism.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I guess that's understandable. But hey, I believe what I believe, and I stand up for that. And I just say my actions speak louder than my words.
You have said in the past that one of your father's heroes was Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. Has
your family disowned you?
There are strained relations with some members of my family. Some have been very receptive and very supportive, in fact. So it really is mixed. On the whole, there is almost a distance now. But with some members, we're still very close, and some have been very much interested in what I have to say, and also now see Israel in a very positive light.
With your newfound understanding of Israel and the Jewish people, have you had an impact or been able to influence any other Muslim young people to see the light, so to speak?
Well, it's to start with my family. I mean, with the younger cousins, they've not been exposed to the real Israel. They don't meet any Jews in the community they live, so we've been able to have these conversations which I myself, being young, wasn't able to have. I wasn't able to question the ideas that I were told were fact. So with them, we've had some really good conversations. They're having a balanced view, but also with the talks I did with Stand With Us, we did a campus tour, and we had some mixed audiences. We had Muslims attend the talks, and we had some really interesting conversations afterwards. So hopefully, even if I can get through to one person, I see that as a success.
Are you a practicing Muslim today?
Yes, of course. It's my religion. I stand by that. But my support for Israel is not based on my religion or the religion of people in Israel. It's based on supporting a liberal democracy, which unfortunately is targeted all over the world unfairly.
As you began to explore this new lifestyle or new way of thinking, you actually came to Israel for a visit. What was your impression, your first impression?
This is insane, to be honest, because it was not what I expected. I was expecting, the buzzwords, this apartheid state, but here I was seeing Muslims, Jews and Christians coexisting, living together, Muslims going to mosques. I walked past a mosque in Tel Aviv just yesterday, and this is the side of Israel people don't know. They don't know that Muslims and Christian Arabs serve in the Israeli Defense Forces. There is this real difference between what is reality as we see it outside of Israel, and what is actually happening here. So it was a real eye-opener.
You said once you began to change your views and opinions that you had, after you learned the truth, you had to stand with Israel. But the fact is you didn't have to stand with Israel. You could have just continued living your life.
Well, I would disagree, because I think everybody has a choice, regardless of their religion or belief or lack of, where they have to do what's right by themselves, the moral thing to do. And for me, there would be absolutely no point if I'd come to Israel and occasionally looked at my holiday snaps, and that was it. I see a wrong happening. I see the vilification of Israel. I've seen the real Israel. I have a responsibility to stand up for that.
Kasim Hafeez, we want to thank you for being our guest on
Thank you.
IBA English News.
Thank you so much.